So, I have a few races in particular that I'm like super proud about. I'm sure we all have those races, you know, like the first win that you've had or this like big battle you had towards the end. Actually, on that note, on iRacing, a lot of people don't know this, but you can go to like your profile page, you'll find it. It's a profile or current races or something, participated races. Down the bottom, if you have won races and different things that you've accomplished in the game, they have coded in, you can get these certificates that auto-generate on the thing, on the game, and you can print it off and frame it and put it on the wall. Then you can be triple extra proud of it. But what I want to do for this video is there's a couple of races in particular over the last month or so. A couple different categories. I've got a sprint car one, Nordschleife finish, one at Catalunya in the Porsche RSR. There's a couple really, really good races. And I thought we would just look at the aspect of each of them live. I'll just watch it back and tell you what was going on. And it might make for a pretty interesting video. And let's jump into it. Oh, and actually in my saved replays here, I have the ones where I've reported people as well. So I'll show you the most recent one, and he got done as well. I got the notification about it. If you have reported someone, this is what happens with iRacing, I've found. If they don't go through with something, like you didn't give them enough information or the right code or something, they'll notify you and say that they're not going to continue on. But if someone, I think, gets in the bad books, gets in trouble, they look at it and they weren't happy and they allocate them some type of suspension. I'm not sure exactly what the penalties are, but they normally send you an email saying, the person has been notified of the outcome, whatever. Thanks for submitting a protest. So I've had two of them, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that's when they got the sin bin. They got in trouble. This guy definitely did. I'll show you this right at the end, what he did. But the first one is the actual last race that I've just done. And we'll boot this up. It is the Nordschleife. Now, I've only bought this under a week ago. I gave myself probably half an hour to learn the 21-kilometer track, which was not enough. I got into a race. I knew the first section quite well, but I just got disorientated around the back of the mountain. Around the back, there's I've worked out a kind of system. There's 4 like bank turns. They kind of follow the same theme. I found when they laid the track, they kind of replicate the same movements around the track. Like there'll be like a left right, and then you do something else, and there's another left right. There's very similar, almost the same speed in a lot of aspects. That's little things that I was picking up anyway. Had a lot of trouble with it. Plus, it was the 911 Cup. And it's not known for top tier driving, especially not in the lower splits, which I seem to have got myself stuck in, so it would seem. But yeah, it just did not go that well. I think 4 races in a row crashed out, like just hit the fence, got turned around, re-ended, hit by someone else, went off the track myself, just in the fence because I didn't realize I had brakes short enough or quick enough. Anyway. And finally, on the 5th one, when I finally had the track down pat, this is how it went. So this particular Nordschleife race, this was the last lap of 3. The guy behind me has got a run on me. You can see it's down the main straight. We'll put it on chase mode, control 12, and we'll pull the offset back. I wish this would save, like I save it and it just doesn't seem to load. Anyway, first place is up ahead. You can see him at the top of the hill. He's changed colour for some reason, as I pointed at him. So you can see what he is. Here's me, and then this guy. And I had a skin on, but I don't know why it's not loading. So, dude behind me. On the hunt, you're watching the cockpit view. He's just getting the slipstream, and I'm like, it's all over. Like, I'm just going to let him by. He's got the run. And I'm like, the last thing I could do is probably try and line up a really good exit here. That's the only thing that came to mind. I'm like, he's got the speed on me. It's kind of a one-line finish, but I know that a lot of people take the exit a little bit slower than they could. So I'm like, if I can line up, slow down, and get a good exit, I might be able to get a run on him. I mean, he's not pro, I'm not pro, so there's plenty of room for error. And I did slow down a bit prematurely because I'd crashed here the race before. I was a bit worried about it. But he stuffed up his entry. Now see how wide, he's braked it probably a bit late. Gone hella wide, probably shit himself honestly, and entered way too slow. And I'm watching this happen, and like, this is my opportunity, and now I'll just let it play through of what happened. And I think for the best effect, we're going to go into the nose. And look at that exit. Drag race to the line.
Good race, Jonas.
And beating by maybe just the car's length. It was awesome. Awesome run. Executed it well. We'll have another view before we load up another one. So we stuffed up his exit, stuffed up his entry really. Had the run. All he had to do was hold that line and I just wouldn't have been able to get around him. Hardy's braked late, I braked early. Entered in a bit tighter than he did. Got on the gas earlier and just snuck by on the fence, and from a different angle, well, not that one. There was actually very little room. I think from here, the camera's on exactly where the exit is. But I was like right up against the metal. He probably didn't expect me to go for that. Drag us the line in distance, and there you go. Now let's move on to dirt speedway of one of the best races I've had. So in this particular video, I found that I was really fast on Knoxville. We'll see when we join practice through to the feature. That is not my skin. I don't have trading paints open, which is unfortunate because it's not loading through my gangster liveries. That Porsche one I had on, it come through in the end. This one will as well. And you can see I'm starting from second on the A main. So pretty fast qualifying. I think if you go back to the heat, I was running interesting lines with how to set the car up. And I've made a video on this also called Swolabear's Big Grip Build. How I like to set a car up in sprint car. It's really drivey and you can run some more unique lines. So you see what I was doing here. So you can do the good what do you call it? Slide jobs. But the more unique one that I like to run, especially when this one, in the heavy dirt, point and then you shoot straight across the tight exit, and especially on corner 4, so 1, 2, 3, and 4. Especially on corner 4 here on Knoxville, you can always see how it's always grippy there. Something like that, and you can see this guy behind me was actually hunting me. So coming out into the heavy, bang, and tighten it up and across. Now that wasn't done very well. I'm still turning too much on the exit, but I think I was playing it safe. All right, so jump to the A main. Now you can see that starting here, this guy kept getting really good runs on me. You can see about to go green, and he just always got a really good start. He's a very early jumper, and I'm going for my line out and cutting, trying to get the drive. Because if no one's going to be on the inside of me, I know it's fast, I know it's different to him, and I might be able to hunt him down, especially there. And no one else was running a line like this, because I don't think they set the car up the same way as I do. Out into the heavy, point, and shoot. Now I'm playing around with tight, exit, medium. Look at the speed I'm getting on him. And I knew I was faster. I was really excited, especially with this exit, because if I was going to line anything up, so I think we had about 3 or 4 safeties in this one. Fast forward again to a little bit better spot. We restart. Same deal. I'm just trying to hunt him the whole time. I knew I was quicker when I was hitting certain lines. But it's like as soon as I get close to that line up a pass, safety come out. And it just kept happening until the last one. And we'll try and find it. Here is the last safety. So I'll just remove the webcam. I'll check back in with you after. I think we do about 5 laps here. What are we on? Lap 19, 30 lap race. So I reckon we do about 5 or 6 laps here before something else stops the race. No, maybe more, maybe more than that. But either way, it was a clean run. And I knew I had to get the jump on him or be ready for an early jump so that he wouldn't get away and I didn't have to try and catch up on that pace. So check in with you guys soon once this plays through.
Oh my god.
I don't know why I tried to drive so defensive there. I lost a lot of speed trying to do that tight line. But I got back in front. Here goes to the slider on me. We're weaving, crossing. There's a third guy in the picture now. So I didn't even know this until the replay. He was there. But the safety come out. So about 26 laps. I was chasing that guy. Trying to hunt him down. I knew I had the speed. But it's like every time I got close, I was not close. Every time I'm down the main straight, gunning him to do the slide job, get the lead, safety would come out. And then finally, it worked in my favour. 2 laps to go. I think I had the win anyway if I just held it tidy. But it was a battle there. It was a battle. And I got the win once the safety come out. So super, super cool race. Now, for anyone that's actually taken time to watch this along and through, thank you first of all. I did say I was going to put the other sprint car one where the guy... I don't know if I mentioned sprint cars, but the crash I reported, I'll try not to show the guy's name. Just twat, anyway. But I'll just have that space off. I'll show you just the replay, as is. You won't be able to see names or anything. You'll see liveries and whatever. But other than that, you don't know who the driver is. You just tell me which one you think I reported. I'll show you that now. We bins one guy. Bins me. And keeps on driving. He didn't address it. Did not give a shit. So, really happy if he did indeed get a suspension or something. Just to be given notice that you just can't drive like that. Like, with no care, because it might be virtually that you can just bin people. We also have such good race until then. I think we were at lap 20 or halfway through or something like that. So anyway, back to our good replays. Let's go to Barcelona in the Porsche SR. Really loving the Cup car, Porsche Cup car, GT3. And just how this RSR rotates. I don't have much experience driving the others. Ford GT really appeals to me. But no point really buying it. I've really got a GT car. The pressure is getting to him. He's run wide. All he can see is my front bumper in his rear vision. Just squeezes in front of him. Just slots in. Tries to cross back, it doesn't work. So really happy with that one. And to leave you with this video, what I'll do is the 36-6 race. The first corner was ridiculous, so I was just going to show the first corner, but I might actually leave the whole thing. There's nothing much you can say. It's just carnage. It's just carnage. So I'll leave you with that video. If I decide maybe the whole thing's not worth watching, I'll just put like the first lap where you just see everyone die in front of me. And I just drive through it and end up passing 30 cars to finish the race. Or I just might leave with the whole thing. And either way, this is just continuous carnage. People just dying in front of me. 20 laps in, 5 laps to go. I think 2 minutes to go. A blue flag car and someone crash. Or maybe they were just having a race. I think there was some words said. But it was just a good race nonetheless. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. And I will see you next time.